live a life filled with love, following the example of Christ. There's another part where Paul says that you should have the same mindset as that of Christ Jesus. Paul says that we are being conformed into the image of his Son. That's Jesus. There's a time when Paul says this should define your life, living like Jesus. In other words, if I were to turn you around and I would look at the back tag to see the directions and the instructions from your Creator and your Maker, it would say that you were made to live like Christ. When God created you and he stamped you, he said, hey, you go out there, imitate Christ. You don't have to believe that. I'm not forcing, no one's going to force you to believe anything. But if on the back tag of your life, you were created to imitate Christ. Now some of you may be thinking, okay, I figured you talk about this at big stuff and this is all cool, but man, I don't want to lose my sense of individuality. All right, like I'm kind of my own person, and I'm unique, and I'm creative, or I'm different, and I feel like you're trying to turn me into some kind of Jesus robot. That we're all going to just be alike and look alike, and just think everything is exactly alike. Jesus robot, Jesus robot. Like I don't know if I want to become one of those people. Listen, and I really want you to catch this. There is no greater version of you than you living like Jesus. There's no greater version of you than you living like Jesus. It's not less of you, that is more of you. That is not you losing your originality, that is you beginning to discover it. You're not entering into this phase where you're becoming less of yourself. You're becoming more of yourself. You're beginning to discover more of who you are. If I were to take you, the you that God created with your talents and gifts and your personality and your quirkiness and your weirdness and your sense of humor and attach that to living like Jesus, woo, watch out. That is a souped up you. That's a you 2.0. Swag on you. That gets me excited to think about you. There's no greater version of you than that. In fact, you don't have to write these down. I'm going to go through these pretty quickly, but I just want to read to you quickly some attributes of Jesus. Attaching this to you. Let me read some really quickly. Jesus had a compassionate heart. Jesus was kind to the lowest people socially. Jesus was constantly giving. Jesus loved unlovable people. Jesus treated people with acceptance. Jesus was submissive to authority. Jesus forgave people that wronged him. Jesus spent time with God. Jesus didn't leverage his own power for personal gain. The you that God created, attached to that. Can you imagine your life? That is the anchor. That is the anchor. When everybody and all of life and all this pressure back and forth and tossing me around, that's your anchor. I was made to live like Christ. 3 days from now and you're back home and it's just a different situation in your home or your hometown, I was made to live like Christ. When you step onto your campus this fall, or when you step onto a college campus one day, I was made to live like Christ. Older and you get married and you have kids one day, it's an anchor. I was made to live like Christ. You're around people and their lifestyle is openly different from yours, and they're critical of what you believe, and you're trying to decide, am I going to talk about them or talk to them? Am I going to engage with them or am I going to ignore them? I was made to live like Christ. The people at your school that are the lowest people socially, am I going to isolate myself from them? I was made to live like Jesus.